Hello, Raw Mithril here once again, and we're almost done with the NES series. Just one left to go. Yamato, let's call the whole thing off. Yamato Man actually also appeared in Mega Man 3 Battle Network as a Navi. He was one of Serenade's guardians. However, the US version changed his name to Japan Man, which does still make sense, but Yamato Man sounds so much more stylish. So here we have Shigaraki, Tanukis that attack by throwing big balls at you. The less said about that, the better. This place has a lot of branching paths in it, so we're going to be covering a lot of that in the outtakes. This is Benkei, named for Benkei, a Japanese warrior monk of legend who had a habit of collecting weapons from his fallen opponents. Sound familiar? And up here we have Katonbyons, dragonflies that drop exploding bombs right in front of you. It's their attempts to lead shots, but it makes them fairly ineffective, especially here where you can make them drop the bombs right into the bottomless pits. Or you can just shoot the dragonflies before they get anywhere close to you. That's an option too. Up here we have the Upper Paths mini-boss, if you can really call him that. He goes down fast. His name is Dashon Amarizaiko. He's pretty much a lesser version of the walkers from the Starman stage back in Mega Man 5. You can even scroll it off screen if you want. I've accidentally done it before. Okay, here's the branch that we do have to concern ourselves with. We need the upper path here. And we need to hang on to the jet for a little bit to get over that pit with the spikes there. This Benkei, you get to be a lot closer to it, so you can layer on the shots really quickly if you're good. That's, I think, the fastest I've ever taken him out. Here we have the spring-faced bomb. Once you shoot the spring, the head launches off and explodes on impact. So pretty much the name tells you everything you need to know with them. Okay, time to go after Yamato Man. His weapon of choice is the Yamato Spear. He can launch single tips at you from the ground, or 3 at once from mid-air when he jumps. But either attack that he uses, he'll only use it a maximum of twice in a row. So if you see him use one attack twice, you know to prepare for the other move that he can do. And if he launches the single tip, he runs across the screen to retrieve it, so you have to be ready to jump him. Depending on how he jumps, sometimes there are safe spots that you can stand in. But you have to be real careful doing that. Pretty much you have to be real careful with everything this guy does. If he catches you sleeping even a second, you're gonna get hit. Oh, and I very nearly got hit there. My timing was pretty bad. I guess Yamato Man was feeling lenient there. Farewell, Yamato Man. Or domo arigato, Mr. Yamato. With that, we get the Yamato Spear, and the Beat E parts. So, in doing this, we got a new weapon and a homing bird. Something of note that somebody pointed out in the last video, Yamato Spear is actually Nightman's weakness, and it pierces his shield, making Nightman even more pathetic. That's everyone, so if I was continuing the game, it would be time to go after Dr. Wily. I mean Mr. X, it's totally not Wily. Right, so anyway, that's that, but this stage, it did have problems. Please enjoy, and also enjoy the alternate paths.
Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
Down here we have a mini-boss for the upper path, Dashon Amarizaiko. It's... Alright, let's scroll that back because that was ridiculous. Not that it was much better when it actually got screen time. Oh, I'm keeping that even if this run doesn't count. He only uses 2 types of attacks, and he only uses both attacks up to 2 times in a row maximum. So if you see him use one attack twice, you know to prepare for the other one. Thanks for jumping. It also helps to know certain safe spots. Such as that. And that wasn't safe. Bugger! But really, you want to be fast. You really want to pay attention to what he's doing. Not like that. Well, may as well try and go through both branch paths in one run if I can. They're very close together, so why not? In here we have Benkei, everyone's favorite spear thrower. I do love how fast you can take them down if you can get nice and close to them like that. One more block in the way. And down we go. Oddly, down here there's a mini-boss you don't see anywhere else. Gaman and Gamadayu. Seems to be a laser-breathing frog with a rider that likes to throw bombs. Just keep shooting the frog's eyes, and sooner or later it'll go down. As far as the attacks, the bombs are a bit more annoying to have to dodge than the laser, but not by much. There's an E-tank there, if you're so inclined. And up here's where the first branch path meets back up. Coming from above, that's right after the walker. So now we take the lower path here, where we're first greeted by a common cannon that isn't even facing the right direction. It'll turn to face you eventually, I just think that's really funny. Now, of course, we're not going to let these pools of water fool us. And up here we have a couple of propeller eyes. Come on, die. Up here things are a little bit more hectic thanks to the Tekus, but not by much. And down here we have one more Benkei that we can get some quick free shots against. That ought to make him go a little faster. There we go. And so we reach the gate for the fake Yamato man. The only difference of which, since he's underground, he doesn't get a nice window view of the sunset. And that's about it. So this actually felt like a pretty good challenge to end the game on. Yamato Man's stage really isn't all that bad. However, Yamato Man himself is actually pretty tricky. To that end, I give Yamato Man a 4 out of 10. His stage really isn't that hard, so it doesn't warrant that high a rating. There aren't any moments in the stage, like past ones, where it's just this feeling of frustration with certain areas. The stage is pretty straightforward despite the branching paths, and even then, the areas really aren't that hard, the enemies aren't that frustrating, so it's not that bad from that respect. Yamato Man himself actually is pretty tricky and challenging. You really have to pay attention to what he's doing to get by without getting hit. It's easy to lose focus for just a split second, and in that split second you're gonna get hit. So, to that respect, this is the kind of fight I really like. It's not incredibly cheap like Bright Man. It's not incredibly frustrating like Needle Man or Quick Man. But at the same time, it's not ridiculously easy like Toad Man. It's a nice middle-of-the-road thing, leaning a little more toward difficult without being frustratingly so. So this one was actually really fun. I quite enjoyed it. 4 out of 10 for Yamato Man, difficulty-wise. As far as just enjoying him, I'd give him a higher rating than that. But 4 is the best I can give as far as actual difficulty, I think. And with that, we've finished Mega Man 6. And in fact, with that, we've actually finished the NES series pretty much completely. So yeah, Mega Man 6, say what you will about it, but it really had a lot of satisfying fights in there doing it the way I do. No damage buster only. Some of these fights really were very satisfying. Blizzard Man, Flame Man, Tomahawk Man, Yamato Man, those were all really fun fights. Plant Man and Night Man notwithstanding, those were pretty pathetic actually. So, all in all, I really enjoyed this game. It was fun, and I think it was a good way to conclude the NES series. Rest assured, I will be moving on to other Mega Man games. I'm going to be doing 7 next. as I've said before, I don't have the equipment to do 8 and 9, but I will also be doing Mega Man and Bass. That one, it should be interesting. I'm not looking forward to Burner Man, but hey, that's far in the future. So, for now I will, as usual, be going on my post-game break. Please note this one may be a little longer than usual because I'm going to have to figure out the particulars of recording the Super Nintendo games. It's a new system, so I really have to figure it out, so just be a little bit patient with me. Rest assured, I will be getting to it as soon as I feel good and relaxed and really get it all figured out. So, that being said, thank you very much for watching my videos. As always, I appreciate your views. It's what keeps me going, so thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.